Game 3 as well, that Ardent Forest CTF. You saw Unilad actually beat Luminosity. It was in overtime, but they have a big win on that map 3. Envy, they're a very solid team on that one, especially when you talk about Slasher and Temp controlling it with the assault rifle. So I think they have potential. It's going to be games 1 and 3. Well, I guess games 1 and 2, really. I think they do have the upset potential. You saw some close games with Unilad and their opponents on St. Marie Dumont Hardpoint, but I think if you go to that back half, that's all Team EnVyUs.
Yeah, I have one more question for you before we actually get to jump into this series. And this one is just, we've talked about Slasher being a catalyst for this team. How reliant do you think it really is on Slasher after what we've seen yesterday?
I mean, the slaying, again, has never been in question of this Team EnVyUs roster if you go back and look at past events, but Slasher's been an absolute beast. If he stays consistent, he's the reason they're in every single match. However, if they want to continue to win, it is on guys like Classic, like Hook, even Temp at times to really step up.
Yeah, and I'm not entirely sure if catalyst would be the right word for Slasher. It's more of like the backbone of the squad. Like, he's the guy you expect to put out the consistent performances, and if he falters, that's going to hurt Envy quite a bit. But Slasher very rarely falters. For the most part, he is always putting up some pretty solid numbers, at least in the respawn. So, I don't know. Again, as Merc pointed out earlier, like, Huke is the guy for me. I want Huke to step it up and play at the levels we've seen him play, at least back in AW. Like, if he can return to that God mode form, Envy's absolutely going to be a force.
Well, we know what both teams need to do to come out on top. We're going to be jumping into this match in just a few seconds after this quick break, but don't go anywhere. It's Envy versus Unilad. Are we going to see our first upset of the day, or is Envy going to be able to solidify their spot as a top team?
versus Unilad, our next match here on the main stage. And two new faces here at the caster desk. My name is Jack Dunlop. I'm joined by Momo. And Momo, we've seen some good plays out of EnVyUs so far, and would you say subpar performances from Unilad on the other hand?
I think we've just seen inconsistency. We've seen some very good moments, some very shaky moments, shall we say, from Unilad. Definitely have the skill to kind of go toe-to-toe with EnVyUs. Interesting, the analyst desk went 2-1 in favor of Unilad. I myself are kind of swaying towards the boys in blue. But these guys, we could be seeing a Game 4, Game 5.
If EnVy play the way they've been playing the last 2 days, I 100% have full confidence in them here. Classic and crew getting ready. Unilad, will they begin to show up and make some noise now? They just saw their fellow Europeans in Splice get their second series victory of the week. Excited to have Jerd back out here, as it's been announced by Marty, the team's owner, that he will be out here for me.
Yeah, he will be here, back and better than ever, I expect. However, St. Marie de Mont. Now, we've seen Unilad already play this a couple of times. They take the win over Splice, I believe, in a 3 or 4 point game. Super, super close. I'm trying to think if I've seen EnVy play this game. I probably have. I just have a terrible memory. However, one thing I will say, good map for Unilad.
Will that mean a good series for Unilad? We'll have to find out. Scraps, Wuskin, Shawnee, and Moose up against Classic, Hook, Temp, and Slasher. Let's count it down. Our second match of 4 today. It's the final day of matches here in Week 1 of Division B, but don't worry. Next week, we'll be back with the same teams in different series. Off the break, we're watching Shawnee. He's got an Armored Prime class as he goes to challenge the hard point.
Yeah, he's trying to just find his way into the hard point. He's going to get himself literally justed as the smokes go down. Now the grenades to follow. One thing I do want to point out before we get into the meaty part of this map, for me, it's all about the Scraps versus Slasher battle. Who is going to be that slayer of the team? And I would kind of favor Slasher. I think he's definitely a top 3 AR on the game, and it'll be interesting to see what he can do. Interesting though, Classic always likes to be a bit diverse in his weapon choice, and I think he's pulled out the bar for now. 24-4 in favor of Unilad as they get the opening points. Moose on a 3-kill streak as well, working towards those score streaks.
Yeah, solid start for Unilad, absolutely. Now the question is, can they push on through and get these spawns? Moose at 3-0. Perfect start to this map for him, and wow, look at those yellow arrows already, Momo, pushing up every single lane. Gonna have a 1v1 gunfight here in the next hard point between Wuskin and Hook. And it looks like right now there's the entry for Scraps. He's gonna divert Hook's attention. Wuskin here, can he get the second kill? He does. This is looking fantastic for Unilad, Momo.
Yeah, and Scraps made that possible for Wuskin. Wuskin now on a 3-kill streak. Moose still on a 4. He's working towards this. And you know what? Wuskin's chilling here. He's collecting the points. He's not needed to do much. And just like that, Moose again on a 5-kill streak. We're nearly at the, we're nearly at the halfway point of the second half point. Moose hasn't died. And yeah. Moose was a player we kind of said and highlighted as a bit of an X factor. If he goes off, Unilad can really surprise a lot. He's going to be stuck, though, on that 5-kill streak and actually taken down. No streaks for him.
Shawnee going to try to challenge one final time before you'd expect Unilad to begin to rotate. It looks like one player was across the map for EnVy. That was Temp, who unfortunately does die to the hands of Scraps. So great, EnVy will get these 12 seconds of scrap time, but now you've got one of the tougher breaks in all of Call of Duty World War II as we move towards this next hill. What an electric start, though, from Unilad as you get Scraps and Moose. Already positive. Wuskin now joins as well.
Yeah, and Shawnee getting a kill, getting killed there. He's going to spawn right at the back with his teammate. Not really going to affect anything. Slasher working towards these streaks. 5-kill streak now. This will be huge for him. Shawnee nearly feeding the fighter pilot, and that could have changed the game. He's going to find it, and he's going to find the glide bomb as well. They need to push forward. They need to be aggressive and stop them spawning. EnVy are just bullying their way through now, and they're going to get the spawns. Look at the top left. You have 3 of the 4 players spawning out, and Moose is actually just team killed.
And now Slasher gets the artillery as well. I'm wondering if he uses it for this hard point or if he saves it for later. I think when you have a setup like this and you know there's no streaks on the side of Unilad, you might as well save it. That smart play from EnVy. Best case scenario, I would say, on that rotation, Momo, you split the time. For the most part, you're right back to this game, and you've got full streaks on your main AR player, who's now 9-4. Slasher, you mentioned you think he's a top 3 AR. Who's up there with him right now in that category?
But for me, you could put him there as a top 2 AR. I look at him and Octane directly as that kind of AR only, because yes, you can talk about, you can put the likes of Krim up there, but Krim will be very versatile in the way he plays. But an AR kind of dominant player, which will only play that role, for me, it's Slasher and Octane.
Well, look at what he's doing now. 12-4, 11 streak, and the difference in score shows it from what was 70-5 to now 86 to about 80 in the next couple seconds. And he's looking for more. 12 streak, continuing to rack up the scores, Team EnVyUs, as we get set up for our second rotation of Hills. All things considered, the electric start for Unilad, was that more Unilad playing well or a kind of a slow start to this game from Envy?
I think it was a very good start for Unilad. I'm going to give it the credit to the European boys here. The problem was they didn't get the streaks. They all were so close. Moose, I think, on a 4 or 5 kill streak. We had Wuskins and Scraps on a 3. And then it all just kind of died out. Nothing, oh my goodness, stop, Slasher. 14 kill streak. It should end there, and it will end there. 15-5, the 3.0 KD coming out. Of course, a long way to go here. And you know, they're only 10 points up, 15 points up now.
Yeah, but from the deficit they had, it's about an 80-second swing from early on this map. Moose already forward-thinking as he gets in a position to flank these back spawns, catch players throwing nades in a bottom red. You see Temp and Hook there. Both have the same mindset, 107 to 107. Unilad now take back the lead, but it's Envy storming into the hard point.
Yeah, Moose started 5-0, now 8-9. He's trying to get himself neutral, and he will do it. 9-9. Still a very close game, but the kills come in for Unilad, and they're actually going to be getting a couple of points. The problem right now is this next spawn, and Moose is going to get caught there. Sprinting, that's going to be Temp, just in the middle of the building. Slasher shouldn't lose that gunfight, won't lose that gunfight, and that is why he's one of the best assault rifle players in the world.
I will say Unilad have dominated Envy on this bottom restaurant hardpoint. It's not even been close when you compare the scores from the first two combined. 143 to 107. Classic trying to hold this outside lane. He knows there's 2 players here. He's able to kill 1. Shawnee will have to back up and reassess the situation.
Yeah, and Unilad currently, they're getting out slayed by about 8 kills. They're currently leading by about 30 points here. The problem that I feel at this point is how long can that last? You can't keep getting out slayed like that and winning the hills. It doesn't happen. So I do think Unilad needs to step up their slaying ability. I'm looking at Shawnee. He again is a player which can just turn up and go off. Right now, though, Team EnVyUs, they are starting to crawl their way back into this. 25 seconds left on the winery. We not only see the scrap time, but they're also rotating here.
That's the big thing, Momo. Now look at this. They've got a 2v1 at this new hard point. Thankfully for Unilad, if you really do sprint right through this outside courtyard area, you will get all 4 players here. What can Slasher and Classic do? They're waiting for help from Hook to try to kill this player in Barn.
Huge.
Moose even getting that first engagement. Yeah, you hit the nail on the head there, Momo. A huge kill. You see all the yellow arrows now set up for the new hard point. Another gunfight victory. It's now Slasher all by himself.
Yeah, and that's brilliant because look at those 4 yellow arrows now, all surrounding the hard point. Big credit to Moose there. He's now 12-13, but he's just won his team those spawns, and he spawned EnVyUs in a very difficult position.
Glide bomb in. He'll spot 2 players in the hard point. We'll call out where the others are as well. Only to get 1, but now can Envy push on through and take back this lead? They're down by 25. Slasher with Classic. Moose, the 2-piece. 3 dead on Envy. Make it all 4. They hold the front door as they look for 60 seconds.
And Moose was the player as well on St. Marie. Last time he was to turn up, and it was actually, ironically, on this parking lot one as well. 40-point lead now for Unilad. They're going strong, but Hugh pushing around the back. We know how explosive this player can be, but it's actually the other 3 that pick up kills. The last scrap time will go to Envy, but it's more about this rotation. Can we just confirm what streaks we still have on board for Envy?
I think 0. I don't think anything.
No fighter pilot available? Nope. Okay, so it is back to basics.
Look at Slasher doing everything he can. 26 or 25 and 10 now in this game. Down by 30 are the boys in blue. If you get a little bit more out of Classic, you expect them to come back in this one. They've got him all the way pushed out now towards Barn. There's another 2-piece for Slasher. He's 1 kill off more streaks.
The crazy thing is as well, what I was talking about, Slasher is the assault rifle. I bet a third of his kills has actually been with a PPSH.
Yeah.
Absolute beast of a player, showing why he is in Team EnVyUs right now, and this team was created to win. They've had their struggles, though.
It's like formal. It doesn't matter what weapon's in this guy's hands. He's going to be able to shoot very well, arguably better than anyone else in the league. As we will see Unilad get into the hard point. I'm not sure if Envy will go for a final push for the scrap time. It doesn't appear so. If there's a silver lining for Unilad fans right now, Momo, it's that they're going back to Restaurant as Shawnee destroys Temp, and they have held this so perfectly the first 2 times around.
Yeah, Shawnee needs to play for these streaks, because if they do lose out here, they can regain it. I said It's a tough position. Yeah, it's difficult because EnVyUs now can start to pick up the points. They can crawl their way back into it. No streaks on the battlefield as we go into it. Moose, Scraps, you can Slasher trading things out at a 2-2 split. We're going to see EnVyUs, though, still control this restaurant, and Slasher still doing big things. 3-kill streak for him as he's finally taken down. The wallbangs are coming in, but that kill feed is all blue. EnVyUs, they are getting right back into it. They're about to take the lead, Courage.
If you're Envy and you're looking for Moose on restaurant, he's up top. I can tell you, he's already up there. As you see, he sprints right back towards top red and tries a challenge. Lead now in favor of Envy. This has absolutely been their best hold and the most amount of time they've earned on this first restaurant hard point. They can't win off this hill, but they'll get pretty darn close. Unilad will have to set up for these new spawns. Envy, though, already beginning to push through. And look where Shawnee just spawned. The bottom left of your mini-map. This is Envy's chance to break.
Yeah, Envy can put the pressure on here. And the problem is, it's that fear factor of the fact that EnVyUs are less than 10 points away from winning it. Unilad, they can't lose one break. It's as simple as that. Classic now pushing forward. Has Yuka the backup, and Classic's going to fake the first. Slasher finds the second.
Uh-oh.
This is big.
You mentioned how Unilad beat Splice on this map very close. This feels very similar with you know, Envy with the lead going into this hill. Unfortunately, though, for Unilad, they're not holding the front right now. It's a 4v1 near the hard point. Envy 3 seconds away. That'll do it. The boys in blue strike first on St. Marie.
Composed team, and again, individual plays, I will say, Slasher and Hoot kind of were highlighted for me on that one. We had consistency from Classic and Tem, but Slasher, my goodness. You watch that kill feed, and he is constantly in it.
Yeah, Slasher's an absolute beast in every single map and game mode combination, it seems. We joked about how Temp yesterday, after Envy's win, he was still kind of ranting to his team. Well, I walked up to him in the lobby. I was like, bro, what were you going on about? He's like, he was just yelling. He was basically saying that he thinks they suck. They need to get better. Envy are looking pretty good right now. Not the cleanest hard point, but they come back from a large deficit off the break. You mentioned how they keep their composure. You got Slasher basically winning every gunfight he gets in. A lot of positives to take away there from Envy.
Yeah, most definitely. I love Temp's kind of emotion after every game. He's almost harder on himself when they're winning. You know, he's looking at his team, he's like, what was that? Why are we giving up time? It's like, you won. Most, you know, Wuskins and Scraps would be fist bumping, like having a laugh. It's just a completely different mentality. And to me, that's a winner's mentality where you're winning and you're still hard on yourself. You're still trying to get better. Really good to see, because Envy, they've had a very rough start to World War II.
Yeah, and rough starts. When talking about them, you got to think Unilad so far at the Pro League. We saw how there were the reactions from Envy yesterday. Well, Scraps and crew had similar reactions, but they didn't win. I know Scraps is very pissed off, said, you know, they're not playing as a team. They've got so much they need to improve upon. He was tweeting it on out. What is the biggest flaw you've seen from Unilad so far that you can really take away?
The problem is I feel they do rely on Scraps and sometimes Wuskins to kind of put those numbers up. And if they don't, if they just have like an average game, they're struggling.
Yeah.
The problem I feel for Unilad is there's always, say, one player just having a game where they're at 80% and not 100. Whether that be Shawnee or Moose, Scraps or Wuskin, it can be any of them.
Here's the thing for me, right? When I look at, let's say, Splice versus Unilad, I not only favor Splice in every single role, but I also give them the better teamwork. I just don't see how a team like Splice loses to Unilad. If they were to face off in a series, you know, 10 series, I would give it to Splice 9 out of the 10 times.
I think the one thing Unilad have, is, which is very, very rare, obviously, you can kind of see it from United, is that kind of the twins. They have that chemistry. They're a team where they need to win map 1. They're a team where they do, and they're like fired up. They're hungry for it. And then they go into their S&D, and they're great all 4 of those players are great S&D players, and that's where I think they build their momentum. But the problem is losing map 1, which of course we've just seen. And
yeah, those twins, they have the infectious laugh, but we haven't been able to see it so far at the Pro League with the struggles they've been having. Map 1 does go to Envy off the back of a ridiculous performance from Slasher. We'll see if he can keep it up going into Game 2. Ardennes Forest, Search and Destroy. I believe Maven was telling us in the green room that Unilad on this map has had some struggles because Scraps is in charge of throwing a very, very, very important stun on their offensive breakoffs towards B, and this whole time they thought they were hitting it, and he would call out, "Didn't get anything, nothing there," but it was actually hitting the top of the belt. What are you laughing at? The fact that he misses stuns, or my?
I could just imagine his next Twitter video. Condre.
Condre, you got me gas, mate.
Give me stun back.
Where me stun going, mate? Tell me it didn't hit him.
Yeah,
but instead, no, apparently he was hitting the top of the bell tower and would call out to his teammates, no one's there. They would sprint the corner thinking no one's there. Meanwhile, he's just missing his stun spot.
Honestly, if there's one player that it doesn't surprise me with, it is Scraps. But we're into the search and destroy. Temp has already spotted one. Not going to be able to connect here. Interesting setup from EnVyUs. They've completely disregarded B. They've gone for a 2-2 split, and Classic is going to draw the first blood, and it's going to be Shawnee. Temp trying to find one player. He's shooting his shot, but he's not connected on Wuskin just yet.
Here's the good thing about this setup. Again, you can have an AR player just like that solo hold any pressure at A with that cabin cover. As long as Wuskin plays this the way he should, he can hold off any push, and there's no rotation needed from the rest of Unilad. Look, they've got one player in Bell. They've got Scraps watching the cross the middle map. He'll get the second kill. Moose with the third. Just like that, the round's over. That's why. You can lose that guy in middle as long as your teammates at B pick up the mid push. Your player at A, who has the FG42 behind the cabin cover, can literally hold off an army as long as he's not stunned or naded. And they use the nades that time to get the first blood on Shawnee in middle.
Okay, well, Envy draw first blood, but they're actually going to lose round number 1. Unilad starting things strong here, and Scraps dominating over at B up top. And this time, looks like we're going to have that battle over at B. Temp strikes first, and this time, Classic and Wuskin trade things out. Not a good position here. Unilad, wow. They are in deep, deep water, and that is going to be a very quick round, Jack. That was hard to watch.
That was. Hoops, FG42 just shredded that player down low. And then he chained together the shots onto Wuskin as well for the 2-piece. Nice job by Temp to get the first blood. Unilad, we saw yesterday, Momo. They had the first blood advantage many, many rounds, but just weren't winning them.
Yeah, they weren't, and you know, you can get first bloods, but like they say, it's not about how good you start, it's how you finish. Unilad, and Wuskins in particular, off to a hot start, but pushing forward now. It's all going to be the battle at B. Tags him up, that Semtex could find another, but Classic finds one. Scraps trades it out. And now Scraps starts to back off Courage.
Yeah, and Hook, his job, just watch this middle lane. Do they have the confidence to go for a plant? Yet it doesn't appear so. They know there's one pinching middle at least. Hook will pick up one and see the second falling back. That might be enough now for Envy to try to go for a plant.
55 seconds.
Yeah, you cannot challenge that, Classic. No way.
Just tag him up and may be able to plant the bomb, and here we go. They're actually going for a very aggressive push to SMGs against those FG42s. Can Hugh pull off something special? There's the first. Finds the second, and Hugh pulls it out the bag. The 1v2, a much needed round for, not necessarily much needed, but it's that momentum kind of swap. We saw it against Splice yesterday.
Where did we see Unilad players?
You're going to say the same thing, right?
Where did we see Unilad players get 1v2'd on this map yesterday in that Ruins area? Hook, knowing both players have the FG, the aggressive challenge, and the quick snapshot pays off. 5-1. As his teammates, I heard him from here through my headset, get up, yell, let's go, Kyle, that's what it's about, baby. Wins like that make all the difference in the map. You mentioned the momentum shift. We'll see what Unilad can do. There's a first blood as Classic gets caught out in the open.
Yeah, good adaptation, sorry, for Unilad there. Tem's going to have to back off. He's now watching that top peak at B. But there is one play. Can we flick onto number 1? We can't. Paradox already on it. I love it. Slasher looking to flank around, but he's actually just going to pin them back. They can't go anywhere from Bell. The only thing that they could do, really, which I doubt they will, is push right through middle to A, but we've now got Hugh covering that. They're almost giving them the plant.
Yeah, they're going to need an entry somewhere. It's like Slasher's slowly going to inch up. Oh, just whiffs the shot onto Wuskin. Will Slasher check his left corner? Doesn't appear so. Scraps is there now, 4v2. This is all Unilad in this round.
Scraps finds another. Scraps actually got 2. Can he find the third one? Oh, lack of breath there for Temp. He'll be shut down. Oh my goodness! Should be shut down. Moose.
What was that face you're making?
Someone opened a window in here.
There's Shawnee going out, but C-Man says, don't worry, Moose, I got you, pal. As they'll go ahead and finish the round. A very clean round from Unilad, and I like the opening smoke. They get hit by a first blood from Temp last round. This time, they let the smoke at least pop open, use it as cover, and get aggressive on the site to overwhelm Classic.
They do shut down Huke and those streaks, but all tied up 2-2. Unilad now on the defense. Temp pushing through the middle. Sticky going out. Will connect with Shawnee. Look at this fast-paced play onto a Wuskins. Could be crucial. Finds one. Finds the second. Will take down Huke. Big plays there. And now he's going to have to reload. The teammates are coming in from behind. Twin brother Scraps there. Going to help him out onto Temp. And Moose, he's been constantly on this flank. I have loved Moose's positioning. Admittedly, bit of a wavy shot on that previous one.
Oh, no.
Oh, my goodness. That's one of those which I'm not... It's a PPSH at long range, and it's going to take that extra bullet. Not necessarily missing his bullets there, but I thought he might have just got a little bit closer before taking it, and now Slasher.
Moose is flying around, by the way. I mean, look at where he now is. He's literally traversed the map twice at this point.
I think this is just a huge confidence thing for Moose now. He wins this 1v1, it's great. He loses it, and I think that can get in a player's head.
Crumbles.
That'd be me, Jack.
Yeah.
Be like, should have taken my time.
Look at him now, slowly inching back towards A. Does he check the bomb from here? It doesn't appear so. Slasher, 1 versus 1. Will he check this side? Not as of yet. 38 seconds left. Remember, it's 7.5 seconds for that defuse.
Slasher's wrapping right around the back as well. This could be great for Moose because he's going to have that cover up the rock. However, Slasher doesn't want to peek out both PPSH in hand, and we're going to go down to the wire. I think Slasher might have spotted him. He has. And he's just going to run away. 20 seconds left. And Moose, very difficult position as soon as that bomb went down. All smiles for Temp and Huke there. But I doubt the same for Moose.
This feels very, very much like the match yesterday versus Splice on this map, where you're looking at Unilad going, these rounds, I feel like they should be winning. They should be in the lead, but they're down by 1. This game could very easily be, 4-1 in favor of Unilad with the 2 rounds that they've lost. The 1v2 and that one right there.
Yeah, I feel bad for Moose. I mean, one more bullet on that first engagement would have been a big clutch up, would have been big for Unilad, putting them in the lead. However, Wuskins is going to draw the first blood in round number 6 here. Shawnee and Temp trading things out.
And EnVy now need to make some adaptations at B. It's getting too obvious what's going on. They know Temp and Classic are heading there. Classic's gotten first blood 2 rounds in a row now on defense. Oh, they got at least. Did they get both stunned? No, only 1.
Love that from Moose and Shawnee. Bait and switch. He's done a 1v2 in this position, but he's got to get the defuse as well. Is Moose still close? No, Moose has actually rotated round. Like you said, Moose just doesn't stop moving. Patience was the key there for Unilad, and they're going to find another round, Jack.
3-3. 3-3, keeping this game close. Shawnee with a nice little flurry of shots here to close out the round. Huke wasn't even seeking anything. He was just pre-firing areas he thought would be shoulder peaked. It's different when you know the location of both players versus when you don't. You're trying to retake a site. EnVy, they're on offense now, but I'm more interested in seeing what they do on defense in the following round after this, where they have to kind of change some things up at B.
Classic, he's gone back to his armored scoped bar. Interested to see what he does with this. Slasher again, he's holding down the fort of the bunker. He's having that one-on-one with Wuskins. Big plays from Huke. Huke for me has been the difference maker in the search to destroy courage. And like, okay. Finds the second, finds the third. Huke, he's about to bring the ace if he can find this. I think he's fancying it himself. He's going out, he's challenging. It's gonna be Wuskins. The pre-fire comes in, and Huke with the ace. Oh, the boys in blue are starting to find their feet here in the CWL Pro League. And this man, Huke, he was such an anticipated player when he came back to Call of Duty. I was so happy when I saw that he was back in the circuit. So young, so talented, and showing what he can do.
Yeah, no, he's looking great, especially for EnVyUs so far at the CWL Pro League. You get him firing, and this team becomes a hell of a lot scarier, and he's already at 10 kills in this game, working towards streaks. What do EnVy do this time around? It looks like their first adjustment, make Classic run an AR and kind of play a little bit deeper. No first blood yet. EnVy would rather retake the site with 4 than contest it and kind of play like a 30% chance of getting out alive.
And Classic's been a little bit quiet in the series. I mean, obviously, Slasher shining as well as Huke. Classic's always been that player that's always been around the top teams, always been a fantastic individual. But he's not, you know, it's not about the flashy plays with Classic. It's about consistency. Of course, part of that Luminosity gaming squad. Some great performances. Bomb is going down. Grenades are going everywhere here. 45 seconds. Let's see what EnVy can do.
Oh my goodness. Let's see what Hoop can do, I think is a better question. 6 streak now from him, 12 and 4. Nearly snaps onto Scraps, but Scraps does clean him up. No streaks earned from EnVy. That's a game-saving type round right there. That kill from Scraps down at Ruins.
Got to be happy with that one. Huke again, opening the site with the 2 kills. Unfortunately, Pyramid doesn't pay off. They don't win the round. Slasher trying to communicate again with his squad. I think he'll be a little bit disappointed with the way that broke down. But 4-4, Unilad and Team EnVyUs. A very important round here going into it. You look at the first bloods, interestingly enough, we got 5-3 in favor of EnVyUs.
Look, they've at least smoked out Wuskin. They can try to make a play down this site now. Even if there are 2 players here, they've given themselves a chance. There's a trade. What can Wuskin do? Did he spot Hook on the close wall? Doesn't appear so as of yet. EnVy beginning to flood. Hook dead. They should have a trade, though, following very, very soon. But no, they've already got help from Scraps. A quick rotation is so perfect from Unilad.
Yeah, Wuskin's been great here at the cabin. It's been his cabin. Can't find the second, or third, should I say, of the round, but Temp, 1v3, changed the game.
He didn't see
4-6. Don't put it past him. Oh, one more bullet could have connected there. Oh, look at this. He's right in the open. No cover at all. No cover, no problem. Temp's just rotating around, but the problem is, look where that bomb is, Jack.
Move staying hidden. Will Temp check. It doesn't appear so. Unilad with the advantage now. Up by 1 round. Get this map closed out, Unilad. Tie the series up.
Nice positioning from Moose there. Catches him off guard, and Temp will not be able to make the clutch.
Moose, basically, his goal there was, let me make sure I never let this become a 1v1. You saw him in middle map. He had no intentions of shooting him from fire. He then fell back the second. Wuskin got weak to try to help watch that cross. And there's Slasher getting immediately sniped by Scraps. This is an all-out assault today, and that's the exact way you want to start it. Classic, though, that's a kill on the bomb carrier, and that's huge. Unilad can't go for a plant.
Yeah, that is massive from Classic. And now, EnVyUs can control the mid. And Unilad have just turned around and gone, oh.
Yeah.
Now we need to go back, boys. Difficult position, Wuskin.
And they use a smoke, they use a stun, and a frag grenade. So, 3 players without any utility to their name. I don't think Scraps or Shawnee have anything left. Can we quickly check? Nope. Nope. So no nades left to their name.
And look at the positioning of EnVyUs. They've locked down the bunker, they've locked down fire, and they've locked down cabin cut. That player near a cabin cut will be able to see, of course.
They're trying to overwhelm them.
The overtop. But yeah, the one thing that they have to do here is they have to stack up. You can't go single file. The Twins are about to push, but Temp is having none of it.
And the thing is, Scraps has a sniper here. There's the push from Scraps, dead. Wuskin follows shortly after, and they know the final player's near bunker. Will Temp get all of them? No, he will not. Shawnee lives with just one little bit of health. Now he's dead. Round 11.
EnVyUs 1 round away from making this a 2-0 series, and it's just that bomb.
That's it. That is it. Talk about the worst place it can go down at. There's no easy way to get to that one. All EnVy have to do is just watch the exits. They kind of pin them in field. Disaster of a round there for Unilad. They got the exact entry they could have dreamed of with the snipe over to A. EnVy on offense, Hook with 14 kills. They're just going for it, and I love this. I love this. They're fighting fire with fire at B.
Yep, and here we go. Sticky's going out, connects with Slasher. Hunker is going down. Now we're going to get a grenade at top. Who draws the first blood? So that's now even 5 and 5 on first bloods. And look at that, you're going to walk into a Scraps, finds the first, not the second. And a wise decision for Scraps to back off.
Unilad again, already rotated. They've just given up at A, Now they've got them pinned in B. There's no way they should ever lose this round. Envy have used all their nades. They've got scraps in the God spot. They've got players pinned at pillar. Unilad should never lose this.
Oh my goodness, Scrap stays alive, but Slasher does find one. Back and forth, and it's all up to Slasher. Not gonna happen, and Unilad will find the first map of the series. They're gonna tie things up, and that is a big, big game.
There's just no way Classic can let himself get first blooded when they know Scraps is holding that top ramp with an AR.
Yeah.
There is no way he can inch up that and try to cover his middle when you know there's going to be someone with an assault rifle on the other side. Scraps gets the easiest kill of his life there, the first blood, and lives just long enough for his team to rotate over. Nice job by Unilad in round 11.
A much needed win there. You know, you feel they lose that round 11 after being 5-4 up. That CTF, you feel it only goes one way. However, confidence restored for Unilad, and they can go into this capture the flag with a little bit of an easier mindset.
100%.
Different mindset.
A winnable series now for Unilad, and they were very close in that hard point as well. Will Unilad show their true potential here in our best of 5 versus Envy, or will EnVyUs remain perfect here at the CWL Pro League Division B? Action continues. We'll see you in a few minutes.
I'm pretty concerned, but I mean, I'm really confident that we can turn around and do well. I think it comes down to this season and a couple events in the middle of the season. I think these are kind of make it or break it for us. If we continue to not do well, we might have to look at possibly making a change. I would say it's a do or die. We're one of the most talented group of 4. We just can't seem to put it together. The key's playing smart. making good decisions in game, playing well as a team, because our talent can't carry us to the finals.
EnVyUs, do or die, or a resurgence from the ashes? I don't know what I mean.
I have no idea what you're saying, but you sound very aggressive when you do it, Jack, and it kind of scares me a little bit. 1-1 though. EnVyUs, Unilad here. A much-needed search and destroy victory for the boys of Europe. Boys in blue, of course, Team EnVyUs. They look a bit of a powerhouse in the respawns. Yes.
Oh, that's my cue. Like I was waiting for you to finish your thought. I saw Wuskin.
Okay, you've been to the bathroom? You always meet them in the bathroom.
I always
Tell me the gossip.
And Wuskin said, how hard do we make it for ourselves in search and destroy? And I was like, yeah, you really do. I mean, that went all the way to round 11. Honestly, they probably should have won 9 of those rounds with the scenarios they put themselves in. They get the map win, but even after, Wuskin's not thinking of that. He's thinking, why is it so tough? Why?
Well, they're going to Arden Forest, and this is where they're going to meet a very tough assault rifle player in Slasher. I know I highlighted it before. It's going to be difficult. I'm going to be looking at actually the objective side of things for this one. I'm definitely looking at Shawnee and Moose, see what they can pull out the bag for Unilad, and just kind of the setup, not necessarily the objective plays, but the way they approach it. But on the flip side, I'm interested to see how the boys in blue respect Unilad and how they retaliate to their offense.
Nice shots from Scraps across the field. You saw Envy had Hook die first, and they all just said, whoop, let's wait for him to spawn back up before we push forward. Now with him alive, they will get aggressive. There's a challenge, the 2-piece. Scraps the last hope. He takes one with him to the grave. Will Shawnee get the drop on these players pushing through bunker? He does exactly that.
Stun going out, makes the important kill onto Temp and just gives his team the time, but he will surely be taken down. Oh my goodness, how's he survived here? Pre-fire comes in, but not enough to take down Classic. The headshot multiplier, of course, applying to Shawnee. Only a minute down, it looks like here. Unilad back against the ropes here. Oh, 2 go down. This is not good. It's all up to Wuskin. Finds the first, not the second, and Slasher. He's going to grab that flag. He's going to be out of there. Now, what are they using? That stun is not going to hit. Shawnee makes the first kill, but Hugh is out of there. No streaks on the board just yet. And if he can make it over this wall, past the rock, can he be home and dry? There's only Moose behind him.
No, he's got it. The stun that came in, I think it just whiffed, like hit the wall behind him or something. Envy with the first cap in the opening 90 seconds. What made that possible, Momo? How do they get a capture so early in the game?
The fact that they waited for Hugh to come back up, then they went aggressive, and it was those individual plays. There was one moment where, of course, Shawnee in that bunker does make an important kill, but he gets taken down, traded out, and you'll see teams hold that bunker like it's like their life depends on it. And they're very, very good at it. Team EnVyUs made it look pretty easy, and now they've got streaks as well.
Streaks in CTF, always a hot topic in the community with how much you get for capturing a flag. 200 points gets you about a third to a streak right by itself. You expect players to get 1 or 2 kills along the way. When you get the flag pulled, you get some points. So just like that, Hook earns himself some streaks. Challenge from range from Slasher. He'll at least take 1 before he's traded by Shawnee. And Hook with a kill right after that, halfway through side 1. It's been all Envy so far with the aggression of the map.
And that's it. Just the map control has always been in their favor. I'm really interested, Classic still using the barring. Don't get me wrong, I'm in absolutely no position to question what he uses. Of course, it's his personal preference, and he's a champion at the end of the day. But it does interest me why he opts for that. You know, is it kind of the mid-range, or... I mean, you've got to think so, or is it just a comfortable... or a comfort thing?
Yeah, I think it's that. I think it's a comfort thing. Lets him play with that little bit more aggressive play style. Not as worried to get in those close hip-fire engagements. Hook doing what he can to snap on players as he sprints around corners into fire. Classic will sit here all day long with the FG with armored on and scope. It's like a human turret essentially.
Put one that can move.
Yeah.
And do a lot of damage. He's tagging up every single player. He's not connecting with the kills, but Shawnee... did he miss Shawnee? He must have done there. Must have been looking at the minimap or something along the lines. You can Temp, do answer back, and now they're pushing ironically down the middle. Temp could go behind here, but we will see Unilad more than likely spawn over towards that bell. And if Temp isn't quick,
nope,
he gets shot in the back. Actually, Scraps finds him.
That's that weird part of the flagpole on this map. You know, it's like players will spawn at bell. They know that that spawn is coming in very soon. It's really the only area they can spawn when you're that far pushed up. You also know there's a player in bunker waiting for you to go for a flagpole, so we need to get a kill fast and kind of get out of there. Or just wait. And right there, he gets caught in the middle of the two timings. 50 seconds left. This is the furthest pushed up we've seen Unilad so far towards the flag. Scraps was one bullet there from getting an entry kill on the Temp. But it's EnVy doing a great job of holding that Ruins lane, and now they can have two players flood out. The offensive push should be thwarted here soon from the side of Unilad.
2 kills. Can they make the third? No, Hugh puts a stop to that one. Now 3 down. The only one left alive is Hugh. He's backtracking. He may be able to find Shawnee, and he does. Again, really big plays from Hugh. His individual plays has been fantastic throughout. Even the first hard point, he was locking it down. He was doing big stuff. But 13 seconds. Looks like we're going into the second side with a 1-0 lead in the CTF in favor of Team EnVyUs.
Yeah, solid half from them. A lot of it was Hook at 13 and 7. He's got the same amount of kills as the rest of his team combined. As I say that, he drops down by 1. But either way, EnVy looking solid off the break. But you expect them to have the lead going into the half on the preferred side.
Absolutely, and this is kind of what I touched on at the very start of the game, was what I wanted to see from Hugh, from the likes of Shawnee. Hugh has been lights out so far in the series. And actually, how many kills did he drop in the Search and Destroy? He was definitely on like 14. Got another towards the end, but
I don't think he got another in the final round, but he definitely had 14 going into it.
Still incredible from the young man. And he's actually gonna fall there. He's gonna find his 8th death. Again, the interaction sky high. Classic's gonna get stunned, and Moose wisely backs away. And you can see Unilad, they don't want to be rash about the decisions that they're making, because one wrong move and you know EnVyUs will punish them.
Moose kind of overthought that, I think. He gets a stun in middle, tries to re-wrap around Ruins. Wuskin gives up his position in middle map, and just like that, EnVy are flooded forward. Just 45 seconds into the round. This next kill near Ruins is everything for EnVy. There's the entry onto Shawnee. They also use the fighter pilot, and no one with Mountain on. They know where the final player is as well if they kill Wuskin quick. This should be a flagpole. Will they get it out? It doesn't appear so. Wuskin holding for the moment, but now it's Hook all by himself.
The man, once again, last alive. And look at this. Slasher pops a grenade straight in the middle. He's going to take down one. He's got the call out of the second. His teammate snuck through. Moose has actually just snuck right through.
Oh, beautiful play from Moose. He's going to go for the return and get it. Slasher gets terrible timing, and you know EnVy has to be frustrated right there, Momo.
Yeah.
They put the fighter pilot into play. It's a great pull. Hook does what he can, tries to run the route, and Slasher just doesn't follow up his teammate. He thinks he's at mid-fire tank, but EnVy just had a teammate spawn up and watch that area.
And look at this now. Wuskins and Scrap. Oh, ouch. Okay, that hurt. Shawnee just wondered probably how on earth he just got ripped off the face of the earth, and it's actually from Wuskins. Wuskins, if he doesn't check his corner, will be shot as well, and he's going to be taken down by Slasher at the back. However, Unilad now, they're the one with the map control. They're the one pushing EnVyUs back.
Pushing EnVyUs back, trying to go for a pull. Have they even gotten a flag touch this game?
I don't think they have. I mean, it's funny because they're actually one of the teams that do pull a lot of flags, and they do return a lot. This time they've just been unable to do anything, and I just think that's sheer slaying ability from EnVyUs. Slasher and Hugh, the two plays which are just beasting it right now.
What a surprise. You've got Slasher double positive, 4 dead, flag pulled. Will EnVy get it going this time as Slasher will rotate towards middle map? They've just got to watch their overextension. They'll shoot at least one player in the back. There's a glide bomb as well. They'll spot every single person inside bunker. Cleans up 2 as Moose
give them
sprints right towards Wuskin.
You can't give them 2 on that. Well, there's one player through the middle. Last-ditch attempt, 4 down, and no, they're not going to get the relay.
And the 4 dead as well. They can call that out, not only immediately push up the lanes, but have peace of mind that no one's near their flag.
Yeah.
It's the best-case scenario for EnVy. Look at the map positioning they've already got. All 4 of them ran back with that flag to escort it in, and already they've sprinted back up the map. They've got 2 dead. Make it 3. There goes all 4. Another flag pulled from Team EnVyUs.
Hugh, he's just an absolute beast. 5-kill streak for Hugh, 3 for Slasher. Make it 4, 2 for Classic. Just the 1 for Temp, but this is just a one-sided affair. Slasher is tearing them apart, and he's ready for the relay. Not gonna happen.
My gosh. This is a stomp right now. EnVyUs putting on a show, a relay. Another flag pulled, another glide bomb dropped. Wuskin, you're dead, my friend. This will be another capture for Envy unless Scraps has a stun or Shawnee can make a hero play near bunker.
No, this is going in, and it's going to be a very difficult one for Unilad to bounce back from.
No, there's no way. This game's over.
Just in mentality-wise, I'm thinking for the next hard point. Just look at those 2 players. Slasher
46 and 20 is the combined score.
And it's only going to get worse.
47 and 20, 48 and 20, 49 and 20. 49 and 20, nearly a combined 2.5 KD from 2 players in the team.
It's like you're in score streak practice.
Yeah, right?
In the training ground, you're just having a bit of fun. That actually doesn't connect. We're going to just see another one, just in case the first wasn't enough. The second one. And you know what? Let me just put this score streak down as well. Fighter pilot for Hugh. This is, you just got to forget it at this point.
53 and 20, 54 and 20 are Slasher and Hook. 55 and 20. Nearly a 3.0 KD. Showing why they are one of the best combos, more streaks. Who cares at this point? Unilad, you just got destroyed. 30 and 11, 27 and 10.
What do you say? I'm speechless.
They just got, I think, more kills combined than everyone on Unilad put together. I think they're close.
Yeah, so 57 between Slasher and Hugh. You've got...
Oh, yeah. No, they not only beat him, but like by 10.
Yeah, they stomped it. Wow, okay. Again, Unilad, back in the mine. In fact, no, don't put it to the back of that. Just get it out. It's done. It's over. Let's go into this hard point, a different one. Thought Moose was in tears at the end there for a second.
It was 1-0 at the half.
Stop.
And they went to the preferred side.
I know. Streaks, man. You get streaks. Snowball effect. It looks like Temp is still not happy.
Temp is so animated. They just won 6-0.
We should have won 7.
Yeah.
I called in a glide bomb. It didn't connect. It's ridiculous.
Absurd stuff. EnVyUs, they stomp that game 3. The hard point was a little bit closer, and then obviously the closest was that round 11. Now Envy will go back into a hard point again where they have looked untouchable so far this week.
Yeah, and again, it's just the mentality going from a game like that, just getting blown out the water, to then go, okay, guys, another respawn, and you're going to go up against Slasher and Hugh in the form that they are. And don't get me wrong, Classic was kind of, I think he was at like 10 and 10 at the end. Like, he's just like walking up the map, grabbing a flag, walking back. Oh, got it again. I think he had 3 flags at the end.
Well, I think Slasher, who was 27 and 10, I think at the end of that map, was like 27 and 10 in the hard point too.
Oh, I mean,
he's got above a 2.0 respawn KD so far this series.
Interesting to see the stat line at the end, but
now is that just there not being an AR to match his AR presence on the other side, or what?
Well, that's what I kind of said at the hard point. I wanted to see the Scraps versus Slasher, and I was kind of like, yeah, we're leaning towards Slasher, as I'm sure everyone else does.
Yeah.
Slasher is, for me, like a top 2 AR in the world, and he just has that presence on every single map. We talked about what's been the downfall of EnVyUs and why they're not performing, and we kind of, it just wasn't clicking. But Slasher still has been putting up stupid amounts of numbers. His KD is always fantastic, and it's not all about KD. It isn't. We know that, but you can't have a player going double, triple positive and lose that often.
The more I watch this EnVyUs team, the more that I kind of want to move them up in my power rankings. I've been doing my top 10 power rankings, you know, just keeping them to myself, trying to keep a list going, and I've now bumped Envy definitely above Echo Fox after the poor showing from Echo Fox this past week, and I can have them going up more and more in my ratings if they continue to perform like this. A stomp in game 3. What will the mentality be like for Unilad in this 4th map of the series? London Docks hardpoint. Envy looking to go a perfect 3-0 in the respawns in this series.
Heading to London Docks. It's going to be hardpoint, and I mean, we've got to kick it off with Huke or Slasher. You know what Paradox you pick? It's too hard to pick from these guys. The impressive thing is, yeah, Slasher's got the AR, and sometimes it's a little bit easier. Huke's doing this with like a PPSH. He's running riot right now. I'm sure he's having a lot of fun up there. And we'll see what he's rocking here. He's got that airborne hunker. He's going down to the docks. It looks like he's, he's going to be stunned straight away. Well, he's actually trying to get over to the docks just to watch this. He's not worried about the hard point right now.
He's more worried about pushing on through. Yeah, look, Classic knows it as well. They want to flip this as fast as possible. Slasher gets traded. Huke, you melee that ladder as you go up. Lets you get that weapon up. The animation's a little bit quicker. He knows that. He uses it. As he tries to challenge. Nice shots onto Wuskin. Unilad out to an early lead, but again, it's more about fighting for the spawns for next.
Well, we're looking at those spawns and 23 seconds away. Unilad's still in control. They've actually got a couple of points here because EnVyUs have been so adamant about flipping the spawns. Unilad have been very good at holding them off. It's the twins who find 3. Can they find the 4th? Wuskin not going to happen as Temp does take him down, but that will give all the information. Look at the 3 players all wrapping back here. They're so concerned about EnVyUs pushing this, and so they should be.
Where will this player spawn that Slasher just killed? He will spawn back. Okay, I was wondering if they were far up enough yet to influence it. Now that they are,
they're gonna
challenge coming in towards the back area. Nice gunfight victory there for Moose over Temp. And just like that, it's Slasher all by himself.
Slasher escapes with his life, very much needed. Classic and Temp enter. Do pick up 1 apiece, and Moose is gonna fall. He was the final piece on the board there, but they do still have that favored spawn. There's 30 seconds left. I don't think there's any streaks for anyone right now. Slash is working towards one, as he always seems to be.
There's never a time that he's not. Moose had a solid start to both hard points, and now does fall to 5 and 4. Last player here is Scraps. He'll get cleaned up by Temp, so scrap time will go to EnVyUs. Furthest pushed up at this new hill is going to be Huke.
Hugh's got a big decision to make here. He's got to try and take 1, and he does do. The problem right now is it's just a battle of getting his first control.
Yeah. Peek now in is Huke. He gets out with his life for a second and reads the play from Moose. 4 versus 2 now near this hard point. They're going to try to collapse and stop them from contesting. It looks like they're going to do just that.
Big 3 kills there coming in for Envy, and they can hold these docks. And one thing that Huke's been so good at is when they've got control is pushing the lanes out and just kind of cutting anyone off, catching them off guard. And honestly, the kills that he's getting, they're not difficult kills. He's just been in such a great position. He's just picking them up.
One thing I do want to point out, 9 kills slaying difference so far. Granted, if you're Unilad, you're now set up to get these 20 seconds of scrap time, so a 40-second lead will go down to just 20. Very reasonable to come back from. Envy, the last time we saw them play this map, were fantastic at locking down Beer, especially making sure no one can push for those spawns through Cole. It's going to be Temp's job as he spawns back up to watch it over extension.
And sometimes by this point, you've got glide bombs and fighter pilots. There's none on the board right now, which is going to favor EnVyUs because they have the spawns. And they don't really need to do anything here except just keep fending them off. But Moose and Shawnee do break through. It's Slasher who answers back. And he's just trying to keep these spawns. This is really clever from Slasher?
Yeah, look at the spawn zone now from Envy. All over the place in the map. They've got people at lower docks. They've got people at top gate. When it lights, Slasher just continues to stay alive. 11 and 8 now. He's positive 3. Does everyone from Envy remain in the green?
Just like that, they're going to retake the barrel. 20 seconds left. They could break 100 here as they do push out towards the crane now. Slasher 3-kill streak, Huke 3-kill streak. Again, no streaks are gained from it. Huke's still on his way.
Look at what Slashers did. He got the kill on the hard point to clear it out. He then pushed middle, killed 2, flooding near gate. Then swapped to an SMG, flooded into fire, and was kind of the lead blocker for Huke. And now he's here pushing towards these spawns. Unfortunately, not expecting Wuskin in the corner. But he's given Huke a chance here to make a play.
This is the best I've seen Huke play in a very long time. Oh no, 5-kill streak and he's gonna get.
As Temp just tosses an 8 at him.
That was he made that kill. He would have not only got the kill, he would have got the hard point capture. That would have been pretty much the glide bomber fighter pilot in the bag. But it is denied for now. Yuki's having a series and a half though. 17-7.
My goodness. 4 players still flooding from this top side. It's just been more about Envy trying to stop Unilad from locking down control because they've had these close spawns the entire time. Yeah, they do know Shawnee's in this close corner. Here comes the challenge from Temp. Tries to throw a nade, and that's not going to work.
Well, grenades coming in here on the crane. There's only 10 seconds left, and we could be seeing a pretty much tie game going back to that statue. And again, Hugh, another double kill, make it a triple. Can he trade? Not going to happen. Wuskin there with the pre-fire. A little bit too smart, but 20 kills now.
Only a 10-second difference in this game, though, Momo. If you're looking at the breakdown of EnVyUs, it's just like map 1, where they had the slaying advantage, but there wasn't the score to show for it. What made the difference in the end of that one was the streak. Streak's not as impactful on London Docks. Keep an eye on it as we continue on this map.
And just the sheer fact that Team EnVyUs aren't getting the streaks. They're getting close every time. 3 kill streaks for Hugh and Slasher, back-to-back almost, and no streaks gained from it. And we're going to see this, a tied game. Unilad may take the lead here, and they will. They've got statue control as Temp jumps into the action, and Slasher will back him up. Slasher and Temp splitting the 4 down the middle. And now they'll be looking to gain those spawns, and they have got them going into this main street.
This is Envy's chance now, but they need more help near the hard point. Classics, of all people, who's their weakest in slaying, is about to be overwhelmed. He does get one. There's the help he needed. Envy, now with their chance to break out to their biggest lead of the game.
Yeah, and this is really big. I actually want to keep my eyes out of the player at Statue, because he's going to be very influential. He's got in all the cut across. Wuskin does read it, though. Big plays from Wuskin. And now back to Classic, trying to make stuff. Wuskin, he's going on a tear, only finds the 2. And you know what? You can have a great play like that, but they'll all just spawn right at the back of that bus here and get right back in the action.
Yeah, and look at Hook just flying forward. Now 23 and 14. Of all
like
things, though, Slasher's got the same exact stat line. Hook with the help off spawn. It's like Hook can get to 40 kills faster, I think, is the goal right now between Hook and Slasher.
Wuskin and Shawnee do answer back with a couple of kills themselves. There's only 20 seconds left here on the main street. We're starting to see that rotation. Moose already 1 step ahead, though. And we're going to see the scrap time go in favor of EnVyUs. They're going to breach about 165.
And it is their biggest lead of the game. So that's what I thought would happen. When you give them that full setup at the second hill, it's tough to break on through. Moose doing what he can to stay alive. We saw last time on this hard point, he played a lot of times near lower docks. Hook had killed him the last time this happened. But the kill feed all blue. He's the last one alive here, and look who it is. Classic rotating on down. Envy with the clean break and the setup. This could get out of hand quick.
Slasher 27, Hugh 25. 4 kill streak for Slasher, 2 for Hugh, 3 for Classic, 1 for Temp. Again, is a light out performance, and the confidence that is in Slasher. Just the audacity sometimes to challenge something like that. Mind-blowing.
Temp earns a streak there, or was that Slasher?
I'm not sure, but it's the first streak.
Slasher, okay, he earns a fighter pilot, so he at least gets 1. 1 kill off of 30, as he has just been nutty in respawns this week.
209 is creeping up. They're going to get that 100-point mark, and we're going to see this fighter pilot come in. Definitely not the amount of streaks that we saw on the CTF, but they are going to have the impact. Taking down 1, opening things up for Classic. No, my goodness. Temp. I don't know if Shawnee was actually shooting the other player there. I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt, but no matter what, Temp, the nasty snapshot there, does make him not only stay alive, but he's now laser-like accuracy onto the statue, finds the full streaks. Am I going to doubt him? Absolutely not. He is on a rampage.
This is what happens when all of Envy are clicking.
And this is a squad where you look at it and you think, who can't they beat? And honestly, this team in form, just, they can shred.
Positive 28 are Team EnVyUs. They have run away with this map, Momo. 239 to 109. 1 player trying to contest it. Shawnee somehow snuck in. Hook now trying to hold the front door. He just broke 30. Slasher's already broken 30. No one's close to them on Unilad. The flamethrower at the front gets 1. Wuskin staying alive. Slasher now there for the help. They can win off this hard point. That's it. GG.
Yep, and I'll be honest, I'll put my hands up. I did not have EnVyUs in my top 4 going into Division B. Now, they're the guys that can really put a mark on Division B. They can be looking at fighting for the first spot.
Yeah. For me, they're like the Rise Nation from last week.
Couldn't agree more, Jack.
It's like they're ending a spot where they're right at the top of the group at the end of the first week. They get to watch Luminosity play later on to see Will LG win or lose that match? Envy look absolutely fantastic, especially in hardpoint. They smoked Unilad in the CTF, and the only map they lose is a round 11 search and destroy. Props to the boys in blue. The worries coming into the Pro League seem to have dimmed down just a little bit right now.